Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Heavenly B, and you're tuned in to Good Morning Inspo. Today's topic is creative expression amongst women, more specifically, women writers. And to join us in this conversation, we have special guest, author, and blogger, Sinclair E. Roberts. Thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you for having me.
I couldn't have thought of any other person that I would have rather had come and joined us in this conversation than you. You are a self-published author. Like, that's so amazing.
Thank you.
Can you give us a little background on what inspired you to self-publish instead of going the traditional route?
Well, what enabled me to self-publish was the fact that it was so easy, the fact that it's free, the fact that I'm in control of everything that I want to do as far as the publication of my book. It just makes the process so much easier. I can do everything in my own time. I can say whatever I want to say. I'm free. So that's what it is.
So what platforms are available for people that have the same desires, and what platforms did you use to do that?
I would say some of the platforms that are available, the CreateSpace, which is the one that I used. It's a self-publishing platform. It's free. Like I said, you're in control of doing everything. You have the option of having public editors help you with your book, but of course that costs money and everybody doesn't have that. So I would say in addition to that, there are various blogs that are also free, and of course you have free public platforms like Instagram, Twitter, WordPress, Facebook. Yeah, definitely.
And CreateSpace is new to me. I've never heard of that. So how did you discover CreateSpace?
I discovered CreateSpace through Twitter. There was a female that I follow and that followed me back that actually lived in Louisiana, and she was publishing her self-published book. And she just completely inspired me. So I took a risk and reached out to her and basically asked her, and fortunately she was nice enough to give me the steps and and help me to achieve my goal of publishing too. So she walked me through the steps, and I thanked her, and we still talk to this day. So
that's amazing. That's an amazing story, and it just goes to show how great social media is.
Definitely.
And it also is it also is a defining moment too, because so many people can't say that they can step out of their comfort zones and step out of fear and reach out to somebody. And that's the first step to actually putting anything out there, right? Is stepping out of your comfort zone.
Definitely.
Yeah. So what motivated you to write, period? Like, what said, hey, I have content that I want to share with the world, versus just journaling and having your private writing?
I would say that just throughout my childhood and coming into being an adult and being at the age that I am, I would say that that's just something that I always just clung on to. When I went through certain adversities, I would just turn to my notebook, and I guess what really made me start sharing was just little friends that I would run into that would be in like poetry club and writing club and stuff like that, and I would happen to share it with them, and they would be like, you should really share this. This is really good. Like, you have a gift. And it took me a while to see it, but yeah, definitely do, just as everybody else does.
Okay. So did you write about personal experiences in your book, or are your writings about experiences that other people have gone through?
Right. And this particular book, my first poetry book, there are personal experiences. It touches base more with my the first stages of my writing. With my second book that I'm working on now, there are also personal experiences, but I'm kind of mixing in my imagination with experiences from other people as well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my basis, is personal experiences.
And has any other author or writer inspired you, or has there been a favorite book that has inspired you or helped you along the way?
Yeah, definitely. I am in love with Alex Elle. If you guys don't know her on Instagram and Twitter and everything, she's one of my favorite poets and writers and entrepreneurs in general.
Okay, yeah, and she's extremely transparent, so I love her as well. So I definitely think everyone should check her out. Alex Elle on all social media outlets. Okay. Are there any mentors that you had directly or indirectly in your life, other writers that you know, or a parent? Who's mentored you?
That's a funny question. I've had a plethora of mentors, if you'd like to call it that, but I don't really have one person that I actually stuck to throughout my writing process. I kind of just took other people as my inspiration. My mom doesn't write, like my sisters don't really write, so it's just really me. And I have a lot of writer friends too, so I think that's what inspired me and encourages me to keep going.
So what's your most personal piece in Unapologetically Me? What's your favorite one?
My favorite piece in that book, it's at the very end, it's called Rose Reconstructed, and it's a play on Tupac's poem, Rose That Grew from the Crack in the Concrete. It's like a word play on that one, and that's my favorite because my book has flowers and everything on it. In the end, and at the back of my book, it has the quote, "Every flower must grow through dirt." So I'm really adamant on growth and just encouraging people and just inspiring and transpiring through adversity and through hard times and seeing that beauty in it.
I agree. And so you talk a lot about growth as I'm listening to you. How do you feel like you've grown from this book? And I know you're now saying that you're working on your next book.
Right.
What is that transition like? What is different this time around? And what advice would you give someone as they're continuing on this journey to writing?
I think that, I know for a fact that from that book until even my writings now and into my next book, I have become so much more open with myself. This book is kind of just an opening just to see where I'm at, where my head is. But my next one definitely shows more of who I am as a woman as opposed to a girl. And for anybody, I don't know, for anybody who is trying to go down that same path, I guess the main thing is to just know yourself, and through that process of knowing yourself, just to continue to love yourself and accept yourself, and everything will come out as it's supposed to.
Yeah, because I find that I'm always drawn to the very, very transparent writers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tend to like a lot of fluff and a lot of talking in circles. Get straight to the point, and I think it grabs my interest, and I think it grabs the interest of a lot of other readers because you become relatable.
Right.
So I definitely am excited about your growth, and I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to read the next book. So what is the next book going to be about? Is it still going to be a poetry book, or is it going to be more based on like a biography?
I don't think that I ever really want to publish a biography. I think that I kind of just want to stick with the poetry and just basic writings, free writing. That's basically what the second one is. But like I said, it's more transparent. It's more, I know what to do with my words. I know the message that I want to say. I'm titling it Makings of a Woman.
Okay.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
So where can we find your work? Where can people go to purchase your work?
To purchase my work, I have my the link on CreateSpace, and I always promote on my Instagram and Twitter at With Love Sin, and also I always carry copies on me too. So if you don't want to go through that shipping process, so and Amazon too, and Barnes and Noble.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know I purchased my book from you in person. So how is that whole thing getting it on sites like Amazon? Do you have to pay them? Because I know with the self-publishing, the benefit of it is that you get to keep most of your money. So
No, that's not true.
You know?
It's not true.
Oh, wow,
No,
see?
with self-publishing, depending on the site that you do it with, the one that I did, CreateSpace, they take royalties, or you get paid royalties. So with the distribution, Amazon gets a certain percentage, you get a certain percentage, and all the other distribution sites, such as Barnes and Noble and other sites, they get a distribution price too. So it's I don't get a lot of the money, but that's not the point. I just wanted to publish.
Yeah. I just always thought about it, just even from a business standpoint. I don't know why I always thought that self-publishing would be more beneficial to the writer.
It is in a sense, because you get to control everything, and you get to be in control of a lot of things. You get to set the price for your book and everything. But I haven't published with an actual publishing company, so I only know what I've done. But no, It's not. It is beneficial because you get to do everything on your own.
So it's pros and cons.
Right.
Pros and
Right.
cons to both.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm definitely thankful for you coming out today and sharing this information. I'm sure it's a wealth of information for those that are along the same journey, and I can't wait to
Thank you.
see
I
what comes
appreciate
of
it.
this. Right. Oh, okay. Any advice you'd like to give to anybody, even not women, on how to step out of that fear that most people face? So
Right.
many people say they want to write a book. Little people do it. How can you step out of your comfort zone? What pushed you? Because I know you experienced that fear too. We all do.
Right, definitely. I would say I'm practicing what I preach, to be unapologetically you. I mean, that is really what it's about. You can't care about what people are going to say. You can't care about how people are going to react to it. You just have to completely diminish that thought and just do it because you want to do it, and to just get started.
And how did you get to that point though?
I guess just facing a lot of times where I did care too much about what people thought. And I guess I just got to a point where I was just like, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, I am who I am, you are who you are.
And it's freeing, right?
Right.
You know, and I think once you tap into that freedom, you never, ever look back.
Right.
So I think that you're on the right track with that. And once you step out of your comfort zone, and I always tell people, you don't really get over fear. You just kind of work through it anyway. You'll hear
just know
people
how to
say,
get
"Oh,
through
you're
it."
so brave." No, that's courageous. I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it
Right.
anyway. And I think the
Absolutely.
more that you do it anyway, it builds your confidence,
Right.
and then it becomes easier and easier to step out of your comfort zone. It becomes a lifestyle. You become a risk taker, and I feel like risk takers are the ones that make it
Right. I
big
agree.
in this world and that leave a mark. So
I agree.
that's great advice. Any questions or things that you would like to leave with our audience?
Sure. Well, since this is a platform for females and encouraging and inspiring females, and I would just basically, like I said, be unapologetically you throughout everything, throughout all the trials and tribulations, to just know who you are, to know what works for you, and to just continue to love and accept yourself through everything.
Okay. Do you do speaking, motivational speaking, or are you just focused on writing?
No, I don't. I do. I'm starting to get into performing a little bit, but that's just out of the whole fear and courageous thing. I just kind of wing it.
Pushing yourself out your comfort zone.
Yeah, stepping out of my comfort zone. So no, I don't do like any motivational speaking or anything.
Okay. Because I was wondering about that, because I know that it's a lot of women empowerment events now. That's really, really big right now, and I just think that your story would definitely be great in helping other women.
Oh, thank you. I
even
appreciate
at empowerment events. Because sometimes you just need a little push and
You
a
do.
little encouragement from someone who looks like you and who has gone down the same path as you and can relate to you. So I think that would be something awesome to look into.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you.
So, keep going. Here's the book, Unapologetically You. So who, Unapologetically Me, actually. We've been saying Unapologetically You for a while. So it's Unapologetically Me, guys. Who designed the cover? Like, how much of a part do you play in the design?
Well, like I said, on this particular website, Create Space, you get to be in control of every single thing. So I designed the cover, and I designed the font, and everything is just in your own control. So I really appreciate that about the site.
This is about how many pages?
It's about 30 some odd pages.
Okay. And the next one's going to be,
The next one I'm reaching more towards, like,
is it going to be longer?
Yeah, it's gonna be longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, it's been an amazing time speaking with you about this. I've learned some things, and I look forward to seeing your next book and publishing my own.
Okay.
Thank
Go
you
ahead
so
and do
much
it.
for
Do
coming.
it. Thank you.
And I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time, guys, on Good Morning Inspo. Thank you. I could not read none of them signals.